When Ralph first noticed his penis was growing longer and stayed erect longer, he was delighted, as was his wife. After several weeks, his penis had grown to 20 inches. Ralph became quite concerned as he was having problems dressing and even walking. So he and his wife went to see a prominent urologist. After an initial examination, the doctor explained to the couple that, though rare, Ralph's condition could be fixed through corrective surgery. "How long will Ralph be on crutches?" the wife asked anxiously. "Crutches? Why would he need crutches?" responded the doctor. "Well," said Ralph's wife coldly, "you are going to lengthen his legs, aren't you?" One day when the teacher walked to the blackboard, she noticed someone had written the word penis in tiny letters. She turned around and scanned the class looking for the guilty face. Finding none, she quickly erased it and began her class. The next day she went into the room and she saw in large letters the word penis again on the blackboard. Again she looked around in vain for the culprit, but found none, so she proceeded with the day's lesson. Every morning for about a week she went into the classroom and found the same disgusting word written on the board, and each day the word was larger than the day before. Finally, one day she walked in expecting to be greeted by the same word on the board, but instead found the words, "The more you rub it, the bigger it gets." A man walks into a bar and says, "Give me a beer." The bartender says, "Seems as though you've got a major stuttering problem." The man replies, No kidding." The bartender says, "I used to stutter, but my wife cured me. One afternoon, she gave me 3 times in a row, and I haven't stuttered since." The man says, That's great to know." A week later, the same man walks into the bar and says, Give me a beer." The bartender says, "Why didn't you try what I told you?" "I did," said the man. "It just didn't work. But I must say, you have a really nice apartment." In a mental institution, a nurse walks into a room and sees a patient acting like he's driving a car. The nurse asks him, "Charlie, what are you doing?" Charlie replies, "Driving to Chicago." The nurse wishes him a good trip and leaves the room. The next day, the nurse enters Charlie's room just as he stops driving his imaginary car and asks, "Well, Charlie, how you doing?" Charlie says, "I just got into Chicago." "Great," replies the nurse. The nurse leaves Charlie's room and goes across the hall into Bob's room and finds Bob sitting on his bed furiously masturbating. Shocked, she asks, "Bob, what are you doing?" Bob says, "I'm doing Charlie's wife while he's in Chicago."